Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Maestro Game production, and since the last episode, we've had a bit of a mixed bag of form. So first of all, we played against Aston Villa, and as you can see, Brewster bent them over backwards. We smashed them 5-0. So Bowen opened up the scoring on the 45th minute. We then had goals from Brewster on the 60th, the 62nd, 78th, and 90 plus 2. Now, as you'll see from here, our ratings, everyone played their part, but of course, Brewster banged in those 4 goals. Our match stats were 22 to their 11 shots, 12 on target to their 6, 14 fouls to their 11, 2 yellow cards to their 4, and 53% possession to their 47. So all round, good game on our part. We then played our second team at home against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, and as you can see, that didn't go so well. So 3-1, basically they dominated us. They went to a 3-0 lead. Alzabi scored one when I decided to bring on Bowen and Brewster and attempt somewhat of a fight back. As you can see, no real starters in the lineup. Only Diabate, but Diabate was simply because we didn't have enough wingers to play backup wingers. So we had Diabate playing in that one. So that was a rough game to take, but it's the Carabao Cup. Who really cares? We're in Europe and we still have the Premier League to deal with. And yeah, also we have an FA Cup game down here at the start of January. So still plenty of competitions, and the Carabao Cup doesn't really matter to us that much. We then had a nice close game against Leicester City. Ryan Brewster on the 18th minute being the one who separated us. So 19 shots to their 11, 7 on target to their 5, 17 fouls to their 17, 4 yellow cards to their 4 yellow cards, 59% possession to 41% possession. As you can see from the stats, it was a pretty much 50-50 game. Being the home side, I'm happy we went away with the victory. But the player of the match in that was Pavlovic, showing just how important our defence was in that game. But without further ado, we now have Hibernian at home in the European Cup. So let's head into that one right now. Okay, ladies and gents, so for today's game against Hibernian, who are playing a good old classic 4-4-2 formation, we have pretty much a full lineup. Couple of alterations to the lineup due to injuries. So we have Guimarães coming in for Reinwald. Reinwald, as you can see, oh, possibly not, no you can't, because my big fat head is in the way, or more, my torso is in the way. Reinwald is on the bench. Now, he has about 80% condition. I didn't have anyone else I could really put on the bench, so he's our only backup left-back option in this situation. So we have Guimarães starting in his place, Katic and Pavlovic in central defence, Vigare on the right-hand side. Butland, of course, in goal, Dragomir and Palacios in central midfield. We have Diabate on the left, Bowen on the right, and Egeria is coming in for Gaetano. Now, Gaetano has a pulled calf. He's out for a couple of weeks with that, so Egeria is going to be in the team for a while. We then have, of course, Brewster up front. Our bench consists of Bettinelli, Burke, Reinwald, as previously mentioned, Pearson, Mahi, Ellis, and Al-Zabi. And I don't think they've got anyone we really need to look at. Gray, maybe? But no, there's no real worries in that team. This, of course, is pretty much a must-win by our standards for getting through to the next round of the European Cup, because Hibernian is the worst team in the group. So, Carlos thinks we should do it for the fans, and I think that's a pretty reasonable job. So let's give the fans a performance they expect of us here. Everyone's listening keenly. Not quite the response I wanted, but a not bad response indeed. So Nicholas Katic has been rock solid in defence of late. How important will he be here today? From Scott Carmichael, the Scottish football informer. Devious and we have no relation. So we certainly hope he can keep the form going. Yeah, we expect it, he expects it. As you prepare to face Hibernian, are you happy with Dragomir's performance as a box-to-box midfielder? I am very happy with his performance. If you look at his form, he's got a 7.04 in the last 5 matches. He's playing there, yeah, silly to change it. Are you hopeful that Palacios carries on his recent form? He's been playing well. Again, just keep it up, lads. Keep it up. I know our form has been a bit sketchy, but we do have some players who are playing out their skin. I put that very much down to Brewster's very hit and miss season so far. Sometimes he's prolific and scores 4 goals, other times not so much. But we have Jared Bowen on this right hand side, just keeps ball in, whips it across. Brewster, oh come on Brewster. Spoke of the devil, and 30 seconds in, he's got his 10th goal of the season, assisted by Jared Bowen, who pretty much couldn't be any closer to the corner flag. If we just watch this again, does a lovely job to keep it in play, and whips one across for Brewster to poke in the far post. That is a nice early start. Good job, lads. Keeping Slavia Prague out of the promotion spots from the group. Jared Bowen to Pavlovic. Pavlovic has a man on the overlap, plays it inside to Katic though. Katic to Palacios to Pavlovic. Pavlovic to Diabate. Diabate cuts inside, plays it back to Palacios to Egeria to Palacios, plays it out wide to Guimares. Guimares has acres of space. Will he do anything with it though? Plays it short to Diabate to Brewster. It's blocked. No, it's not blocked. Wow. Interesting. It looked blocked from the way it went out. But it's another highlight, and we have Palacios playing it across to Bowen once more. Bowen down this right hand side, being dangerous. Hibernian are playing it all the way back. Brewster's intercepted it. Oh, Brewster. I thought he was going to nab a second goal there. But it has been a lovely start on our part. Brewster with a nice early goal. Bowen with a lovely assist. And the main men are doing their job. It's going to be a shame when Brewster does eventually go back to Liverpool, which I was surprised wasn't last season. But Palacios whips it, Brewster back down to Egeria. Egeria, nice save by McIntyre though. A good old Scottish name in McIntyre. Who hoofs it up to Katic, who heads it down to Guimares. Guimares now to Palacios. I apologise for banging into that bowl. Brewster, and it is saved by McIntyre. And kicked away. Let's no. Okay, let's not. I was going to demand a bit more, but we have a highlight. Pavlovic to Vigore. Vigore to Dragomir. Dragomir out wide to Bowen. Bowen, will he play it down the wing? No, he crossfields it to Diabate. Diabate cuts inside, tries it through to Bowen, but Dragomir. Dragomir. I swear, every time I go to demand more, we get a highlight. Vigore. Vigore to Palacios. Palacios to Egeria on the edge of the area. Plays it back to Palacios. Back to Egeria. Egeria holding the ball up. Nice ball to Brewster. Into Bowen. Bowen really didn't do a whole lot there. Pavlovic, though, has got the ball. Vigore to Bowen. Bowen plays it back to Palacios. Nice ball over to Vigore on the right-hand side. He has space. Plays it inside to Bowen. Bowen to Brewster. Brewster's blocked. And for the last 10 minutes, we are going to demand a bit more. So let's do a bit of demand more. Palacios with the free kick. Whips it in. Back post. Pavlovic. Katic. Oh, that was scrappy. But it looks like Dragomir has got his first goal of the season. Assisted by Katic, of all people. So let's have a little look at this scrappy thing. Katic shoots. It's blocked. Well, it's initially saved. Then blocked. Falls to Dragomir near the post, who pokes it away. Not bad. Nice 2-goal lead going into half time. We can't complain at that one. And as you can see by the stats, we pretty much dominated this game. So it's 14 shots to 2, 6 on target to 0, 4 fouls to 4 fouls, 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card, 65% possession to 35% possession. Our best performance has been Palacios. He's made 6 key passes and got a 7.5 rating. Best for them is Hanley with 6.9 and 100% tackle completion ratio. Struggling to perform is Hanlon with a 6.4 for them and no reason for it. Butland for us with a 6.7 and also no reason. I assume Butland's low score is due to not really having a whole lot to deal with. Latest scores though, Anderlecht is currently beating Slavia Prague in our group 1-0, and there's no other games that we really need to pay any attention to, although Moscow is 1-0 up in their game against, I believe that's Real Sociedad, I want to say, or is that Malaga? I can't remember. One of them. I can never remember the alternate names for the Spanish teams. But Carlos thinks we should... he thinks we should say nothing. Interesting, Carlos. Looking at the performance of the lads, I don't fancy saying nothing. I'm going to tell them I'm pleased. Keep it up. Just keep it up, lads. I'm not going to be rude and ignore you, as Carlos would have us do. But instead, I will praise you like you should. I have to praise you. Right, Guimaraes holds up the ball. Will he try and play it down the wing to Diabate? No, he plays it back to Katic on the halfway line, up to Dragomir. Dragomir, nice ball over top to Brewster. Brewster, one-on-one, but it's saved by McIntyre. These lovely balls over the top to Brewster. Bowen whips it in. It is kicked away though. Bowen should pick this one back up near the byline. Comes inside, plays it to Palacios. Palacios to Pavlovic. Pavlovic plays it out, and it's a dead highlight. They made me do all that commentary for nothing. Awful players. My team seemed to dislike me a lot. But it is the 62nd minute, and Vigore is looking rather tired. His condition has gone terribly. Not quite sure why his condition is so bad, but it is. So we are going to bring on... Right, how best to do this? This is probably going to get risky. So Reinwald in for you. We shall do it like that. Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Can you repeat the question? Because you're not the boss of me now. Do we go for the third substitution? No, we're going to hold out for now. We shall hold out. We shall put the brakes on. Maybe put a third substitution on the 75th. Our ball over to Brewster does not get there though. Hanlon on the ball now. Plays it to Horgan. Horgan back to Hanlon. Hanlon plays it to Malan. Malan, nice ball over the top to Canberry. Canberry one-on-one with Butland. And it's wide. That was an awful attempt. Lucky for us. So we shall now do the third substitution. And... You know what? I know we're 2-0 up, but let's push on. Let's try and pad these stats. So you can be an advanced, you can go to complete, and let's just see how we crack on in this formation. So McIntyre hoops it up to Boyle. Boyle tries to get past Reinwald. Reinwald, lovely tackle. Diabate, ball over the top to Alzabi. Alzabi's got onto the end of this, and it's straight at McIntyre. Not the finish we was looking for, unfortunately. But we have a free kick in our own half. Guimaraes plays it short to Reinwald, to Dragomir, to Palacios. Palacios, ball over the top. Alzabi's not getting onto this. Gray has it. Plays it to Porteous. Porteous back to McIntyre. McIntyre hoofs the ball up. It's Horgan now on the attack down this left-hand side for Hibernian. I don't know why I wanted to say Hamilton, but Hibernian. And they have a corner. Can Hibernian get themselves a goal with the final 10 minutes of today's game? Porteous, they have. They've caught themselves a consolation. And we are going to demand more. Because we can't be throwing away this lead now. That would not be bright on our part. Butland plays it short to Guimaraes. Guimaraes plays it up to Dragomir. Dragomir inside to Palacios. Palacios tries a ball over the top. Brewster, he's got through. Can he get past McIntyre? No, he cannot. Considering McIntyre has conceded twice today, he's not had a bad game. Unfortunately for them, he's not as entertaining as Michael. But we have 2 minutes to go. 1 minute, and it's all over, folks. So it's Hull City 2, Hibernian 1. 27 shots, they've had 9. 13 on target, they've had 3. 5 fouls to their 7 fouls, 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card, 59% possession to 41. Palacios was our best performance with 8 key passes. For them was Porteous with that 1 goal and a 7.7 rating. Guimaraes struggled for us with a 6.7 and no reason why. Hallberg for them struggled with a 6.4 and 13 passes completed. We now have 3 milestones, so Butland has not been beaten for 264 consecutive minutes before that one. And then Dragomir got his first goal, and Doiga, yeah, that guy, for them, got his 100th career appearance. Tell the team the performance was disappointing. I mean, yeah, it kind of was. I feel like he's been a bit harsh with some of these ratings. Yeah, second half was disappointing. Seemed to have stressed out Dragomir, but that's one player. Who cares about Dragomir? We have, of course, been awarded 511k for that victory. Vigore has a twisted knee, so he's going to skip the next game, with them 5 to 7 days out, and Palacios drives us forward. But I will see you fine folks when we get to West Brom in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, if you haven't guessed from the lovely scenery in this area, we are here at West Bromwich Albion, and we are going to go past the club shop, and we shall park, I guess, back over here near the entrance. So without further ado, let's get into the stadium. Okay, ladies and gents, we are finally in the stadium, and we've only got 2 changes from the last game, so let's kick on with it. So we have Butland in goal. Reinwald comes in at left back because he's now back to match sharpness. We then have Katic and Pavlovic in central defence. Kiko comes in for Vigore, who took a knock in the last game. Dragomir and Palacios in central midfield. Diabate on the left, Bowen on the right. Ageria in central attacking mid, and Brewster up front. That means our bench is Bettinelli, Burke, Guimaraes, Pearson, Mahi, Ellis and Al-Zabi. It looks like West Brom are also going for a good old 4-2-3-1, but who cares about their team? It's all about ours. We are going to go away with the victory today. And Carlos thinks we should tell the team we expect them to pick up where they left off, which is rather puzzling because if I remember rightly, didn't he tell me to criticise the team for losing 2-1? For winning 2-1, sorry. Yes, we lost 2-1, of course, against Hibernian. No. But I want, pick up from where you was last time out. We're going to go with the crazy logic of Carlos. But speaking of people who are a little crazy and seem to follow us everywhere we go, we have good old Georgia Pope of BBC Radio Humberside. This devious young lady who we have a great respect for. Would like to ask, having the best defence in the Premier League must have you looking forward to another win. Yes, it does. Thank you, Georgia. Everything starts at the back. Our defence gives us the foundation to build up in search of victory. How do you intend to seize the initiative against an opponent who, like Hull, prefers to dominate possession? At the end of the day, I believe we're better. Yes, don't need to read the rest. We're just better. West Brom's recent struggles had them 17th in the form table. It's definitely an opportunity. Right, let's pile on some misery. Some good old misery business, as the Paramore would put it. But we whipped it in, back post, Ageria on the edge of the area. Will he play it to Pavlovic? Pavlovic to Bowen. Bowen plays it inside to Ageria. Ageria hits the defender, and it is West Brom on the counter-attack. We have Kubo. He has a player on the overlap, plays it to him. Machis. Bit weird that he's... Okay. I will take that. Bit scrappy, but I will take it. Pavlovic. Pavlovic now coming down this right-hand side. Nice ball to Bowen. Bowen has Kiko on the overlap. Plays it back to Pavlovic, though. Pavlovic inside to Palacios. Palacios, nice ball over to Bowen. Bowen has... Oh, that was scrappy. And it appears my mic has been a bit iffy. I apologise. It doesn't sound as crisp as it probably should. I think that's a wire issue. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. Bit feedbacky. I apologise if it does sound like that for you. but Bowen picks up his third goal of the season from that scrappy exchange at the back between their goalkeeper, defender and himself. And we are off to a nice little lead. Chelsea is also versing Burnley today, so this could get interesting. Chelsea, of course, starting on the same points as us at kick-off, but we are now 2 points ahead of them. We've taken a nice little lead, put ourselves nice and comfortably in 7th place. It's nice to see Bournemouth and Brighton are up here now as well. As with Everton, I believe Everton was having an awful season last year, but they seem to be turning their form around. But we are with West Brom with a free kick. Matches whips one in. Katic tries to head it away, only as far as Soyuz. Nice collection by Butland though. What will Butland do here? He looks to kick it out, kicks it out to Diabate. Diabate gives it away though to Fila. Fila to Gomez, back to Fila to Boha. Boha ball over the top to Garcia. Garcia one-on-one with Butland. Takes it out wide though, plays it to Fila. Fila plays it inside to Boha. Dispossessed by Rhinewell. Lovely tackle, considering he was on a yellow card and in our penalty area. Machis goes by the defender and it's placed into the corner. Who was that? He walked around. It is Kiko. Expect a little better from you, Kiko. That definitely was not the good old Kiko time. So we are going to demand more. Bennett throws it to Kubo. Kubo back to Bennett. Bennett ball into Bosa. Nice save. Boha had a lovely opportunity there, but Butland keeping him out. Katic heads it away. Ageria heads it only as far as Soyuz. Soyuz to Bennett. Bennett to Soyuz. Over to Boha. Boha cross. Interesting place to end the highlight, I must say. That looked like a good opportunity for West Brom, but apparently it didn't amount to much. So it is West Brom 1, Hull City 1. In the other game, Chelsea has gone 1-0 up through Barrow, who scored on the 35th minute. We've had 13 shots, they've had 10. They've had 6 on target, we've had 6 on target. 8 fouls to our 7, 1 yellow card to our 5, 47% possession to our 53. Best performance from us is Jared Bowen. 7 rating and a 67% crossing completion ratio. For them is Matches, with 1 goal and an 8.2 rating as a result. Struggling for us is Katic with a 6.4 and Jake Livermore for them with a 6.4. Didn't realise Jake Livermore was even still playing at this point, I must admit. But as you can see, our entire defence is on a yellow card, as is Diabate. So we should probably do something about that. Tell the team the performance was disappointing. It was. I'm far from pleased with what I saw. Now, I know that was a little over the top, but it worked. We just have to give these players a good old kick up the backside. It seems to work. So, Machis on the halfway line, plays it into Garcia. Garcia heads it down to Kubo. Kubo has walked through our defence, and it's a lovely save by Butland. I'm thinking we should probably get a defender who can make a tackle, because everyone seems to be a little scared now they're all on yellow cards. Nobody wants to put in a foot. So Katic can come off for Burke. Can Pavlovic play normal? Tell you what, we'll keep Pavlovic where he is. Now, Reinwald or Pavlo... The problem is, there's way too many yellow cards here. So... you can go there. Now, is there anyone we can drop back? No. So, unfortunately, we can't really do much more. We're going to have to swap our centre-backs out and pray our wingers don't go and get sent off. But we have Diabate, plays it inside to Dragomir. Dragomir to Guimares. Guimares tries the ball over the top, gives it away to Jake Livermore, who gives it back to Dragomir. Dragomir to Ageria. Dragomir's made a run, but Ageria's just holding the ball. Plays it back to Palacios, who plays it to Bowen, back to Palacios. Nice ball through to Brewster. Brewster, lovely goal. Lovely assist by Palacios. And a lovely finish by Brewster. Nicely placed across the face of the goal. And we are 2-1 up. Let's have a little look at this one. Palacios to Bowen, back to Palacios. Plays one through and Brewster just plays it across goal. Not much really can be said about that one. But it is Reinwald with a throw-in to Dragomir. Reinwald gives it away to Kubo. Kubo comes inside. He's coming down this right-hand side. Reinwald, oh, come on. No, he's got sent off. It's the one thing I feared. And it's the one thing that happened. Yikes. I knew all 4 of them being on yellow cards was going to come back to bite us at some point. So, how are we going to deal with this situation? Diabate is on a yellow card and can't drop back. What we need is a winger who can come on. Oh, Jesus. It's gone and started the game. Thank you, game. I appreciate that. You started it without us having another player on. Is it going to let me bring someone on for him now? Or am I going to have to... Okay. Looks like we're playing with 10 men, folks. Because the game has decided to screw with me. So... Egeria drop back to there. Diabate drop back to there. I know you don't want to be over there, but you're going to have to be. And then we shall go... That kind of works, I guess. We can then go Mahi on for Egeria. And we're going to have to play a man down. Because apparently checking player positions, that's not allowed in the rulebook. And we're trying to figure out what to do with our left back being sent off. And considering the situation, I think the best idea for us is waste as much time as possible. So we shall do that. Kind of a rough one to get into, but Diabate plays it to Guimarães, to Diabate to Guimarães, back to Diabate once more. Will he play it to Guimarães? No, he gives it away to Fila. Fila to Gomez, Gomez back to Fila. Fila tries a ball over to Boha. I've left it on positive, I've just noticed that now as well. And really? Really? Guimarães has given him a penalty. And I'm not sure what on earth that goalkeeping was by Butland. I am going to tell the lads to show some caution, because this is rather passionless. It's a very passionless relationship we're having right now, but it's delivered. Oh my goodness! That is how you make up for giving away a penalty, folks. Clayton Guimarães with his first goal of the season from left back. Palacios delivers it in. Brewster's head does not get to it. It's headed down to Guimarães though, who just smashes it into the top corner. And that is not a bad way to score. And he's grabbing all the headlines by the looks of it. Goes and gives away the penalty, then makes up for it at the other end. But Edwards has broken through. Please save this, Butland. Good job, Butland. This is why we have Jackie Chan in goal. Good old Jackie. But Kubo whips one in from the corner. Dragomir heads it away only as far as Edwards on the edge of the area. Gives it to Kubo. We do have 2 men chasing him, but he's offside. We've now made it to the 80th minute. Just got to hold on for another 5. Yes, 5 plus additional. And Kubo with the free kick. Whips it in. Edwards back post. Hits the bar. Come on, get away. Just get away, please. Scramble. Scramble, scramble. Brewster. Brewster on the counter-attack. He can get past the defence here. Will he, though? He's tripped up. Is it going to be a card? Is the referee going to book him? Does not look like it. Brewster will take the free kick, though. Now, will he shoot or will he deliver a lovely cross into the box? Looks like a back post cross headed away. Diabate picks the ball up, our left back at the moment, who seems to be on the wrong side of the pitch, Burke. And it is the end of the highlight. We have 6 additional minutes. Yikes. Can we hold on? We've held on, folks. In a nail-biter of an away leg, we managed to do it. So, West Bromwich Albion 2, Hull City 3. And they had 25 shots, we had 18. 14 on target, we had 9. 17 fouls, we gave away 13. 4 yellow cards to our 10. 47% possession to our 53% possession. Looking at those yellow cards, it looks like we've got a fine incoming. But the best performance was Machis for them with 2 goals and a 9 rating. For us was Brewster with 1 goal and a 7.8. Struggling to perform for them was Jake Livermore on a 6.4 and Katic on a 6.5 for us. Guimarães scored his first goal of his entire career for us. And that was the only milestone. Of course, their player got the man of the match. Sorry, player of the match. Because it's apparently now sexist to use the old term of man of the match. Carlos, I can't think of anything particular that needs addressing. I mean, you wanted to criticise us only winning 2-1 in the last game, but you're happy with this game being 3-2. Carlos, I don't understand you sometimes. I really don't. Especially considering we had Mahi on a 6.5. Most of the players got yellow cards. Like, I don't know. I don't want to go as far as there's nothing here that really... No, I'm far from pleased. There we go. That worked for the lads. I don't want to be as harsh as that, but if that was the only option I really had, then that is what we're going for. Ryan World banned for a match. He's going to accept his code of conduct fine. That's, in fact, if we have a little look, he's on 50 grand a week. And we just got fined for ill discipline. He's just covered the ill discipline fine twice over. So let's have a look how that leaves us. So currently we are 7th in the league. We're on the same points as Chelsea, slightly better goal difference. We're in a good little spot. But the real question is, when will we be returning? So I will play Arsenal off camera. In fact, I will play down to here. So we'll do Anderlecht and Manchester United, 2 lovely away ties in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you all have a lovely night. And goodbye.